Hey, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pearl of Wisdom Show for Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday, and the hockey's flowing because we're going to do all the picks. We're actually going to do all the picks today. I don't know what I was thinking yesterday. Gosh. But anyways, we're going to do all our picks for Friday and Saturday because there isn't many games tonight. And we're going to go over the picks we did do yesterday. I got talking with Peyton, and I couldn't, I just completely forgot about games. But we're back. We're here now. And hey, Joey, how you doing, buddy? What about our Flyers last night? My gosh, who saw that coming? I didn't. I didn't see that coming last night. I'm so glad Carter Hart looked good last night. Oh man, I know he's going to be okay, but it gets you a little concerned when a young goaltender that's basically your franchise isn't performing for that long period of time. I don't think it was ever his fault really, but when you have a young goaltender like that, you can't really blame the goaltender. It's the job of the organization to get him to perform, right? Or not get him, give him the opportunity to perform. And I'd say the organization has let him down quite a bit. Did you call the score too, or just the OT win? It was 2-1. What was it, Serrano? You had 3-2 Flyers in OT. It was 2-1, right? If I remember correctly. I got to look at that again. Oh, I got to bring that up. Yeah, 2-1 Flyers. But there was OT. We should maybe work on maybe getting people to get something like that. We'll wait for a couple people to come in, and then we'll talk about our games from last night. I haven't been able to get a hold of Hockey News reports to update the standings. I'm gonna just to make sure. I'm pretty sure they weren't updated though. I don't think that's the updated standings. No, we don't have the updated standings today. But that's okay. We'll have lots of picks for Friday. Mercer, how you doing? Mercer in the house. Awesome, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Right on this fine Friday. It's beautiful here. It is absolutely beautiful here. Taylor Hall, we'll talk about that. He looked good in a Boston uniform. It looks like now the more I think about it, the more I think this is going to be really good for Taylor Hall to go to Boston, where you got Bergeron, especially Bergeron, and he's the captain. So Taylor Hall doesn't have to worry about being a leader or anything like that. All he has to do is play. John Weichel, how you doing? Are you new, my friend? Welcome. Yeah, Leafs did lose last night. I kind of predicted that once Matthews was out. I liked Winnipeg. Awesome, buddy. I liked Winnipeg once Matthews was out. They're a different team without Matthews. And I was personally not one to think Campbell was going to be able to hold on. I think they could be in trouble now that Campbell is their number one goaltender. We'll see. We'll see. It's only one game, but he went on a good run. But really, is he going to be the guy? It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if Campbell is, say, well, it wasn't his fault, but the last two outings that Campbell has been in, he hasn't been rock solid like he was before. And it's unfair for goaltenders, but it's just the truth. Your goaltender is Goaltenders are everything in hockey, just like pitchers, and unfortunately, they're expected to rock every single night, and that's probably unfair, but it's true. Tuukka Rask, that's why I had Boston last night. Tuukka Rask won't be in tonight. It's going to be Swayman again. But Boston with Tuukka Rask in the lineup is a totally different like they're just not the same without Tuukka Rask. And I suppose anybody who had Tuukka Rask in their Tuukka Rask, it wouldn't be the same without him for the most part. He's a Hall of Famer goaltender, right? He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it. There over the years, he's kind of taken some flack there in Boston that, he had a down year here and there, but overall, he has been absolutely stellar. Awesome goaltender. Yeah, if you have the best possible offense and you don't have a strong goaltender, you're not going to likely win a cup. Oh, really? The Colorado has been postponed? I did not know that. Let me check that out. Jeez. I did not know that. I've been so busy today, I haven't even been able to look at updates going on. Yeah, Avalanche games through April 20. So they've got COVID problems now. Wow. I don't know about this season, dude. Winnipeg's working on an Adam Lowry extension. That's going to be interesting to see what Adam Lowry gets. He's very underrated. Oh, Elliott. Wow. Elliott's in the house. Elliott's making his presence known here in the environment. Everybody give a Elliott doesn't come in very often anymore. We miss you, Elliott. We miss you. I was feeling a little low on my insides without you, Elliott. I have to say. Yeah. And didn't he look like a kid again? Taylor Hall looks like a kid again. Now, the Washington game, oh my gosh. We'll get into that as well. They do that way too often. And somebody had Buffalo to win that, didn't they? Who was it? Oh, Serrano had the Sabres. Wow, Serrano, you were rocking yesterday. Busy lately. Okay, well, all right. I'll give you that. You got to free up your time, buddy. If you're too busy for the show, I don't know. You might have to reevaluate your life decisions, I would say. They're playing carefree hockey. The coach there, Granato, definitely will be brought back. They're playing as a unit with some confidence. I wonder, there's been a lot of talk of Taylor Hall in the room and stuff like that, and I don't know what the validity of that is, but it does seem weird that he leaves. And with work, you just tell that work people, like, you got stuff to do. Perlo show's on. They'll understand, I'm sure. You love that. Yeah, you nailed it, dude. Serrano nailed the Buffalo game. He didn't nail the score, but he nailed. I thought I was apprehensive because Washington does that against weaker competition. They have a tendency to overlook teams, and you never know when it's going to happen. And it sure happened last night. Now that being said, Vanacek did not play. He's very inconsistent right now. He's not ready, I don't think, to be a regular goaltender, and they have no choice but to use him. Yeah, probably. I think it's good. I mean, it's common for those two. The problem, CL is in the house. Woo! The problem with that under on that game is, I think the problem with the under in that game is that Swayman has been it's a little iffy. And Sorokin, for the most part, has been good. But, I mean, they're both young goaltenders, generally have their ups and downs. But it's such an important game for both of them that maybe that's, yeah. Washington was total letdown. That was brutal. Montreal Canadiens. One thing is, Allen can't play that much. He's never been able to play a lot. As soon as you start playing Allen on a regular basis, he just doesn't rock it like you need to in the NHL. Habs win tonight. We'll see, because I haven't been impressed with the Habs. Another reason with the Habs is they have two very young centers in Kotkaniemi and Suzuki that are playing a lot of minutes. It's tough on those young guys to play, especially the schedule now. And I thought that was going to be the problem right from the beginning of the season. I didn't think that they would be rocking it this year. Give them a year or two for those two guys to mature and physically and everything like that. And Montreal could be a solid team, but I didn't think it was this year. It looks like they're going to be a one and out. Fortunately for them, Vancouver had what happened to them. Calgary's right behind them, though. I mean, if Sutter gets that Calgary team rallied behind him and wins tonight, well, now there's a lot of pressure on Montreal to start winning there. So we'll see how they react to that. But like I said, I think that there's a bit of a leadership problem there. And they don't have Gallagher right now. And Gallagher is like their energetic leader. He's so much to that organization, and not having him in the room, not having him on the ice, he just gives you that boost. Like when you see a guy like Gallagher doing what he does on the ice, smaller guy going into the areas, it pretty much humans are basically are usually very. You think that's, hey, you know what? I hope you're wrong about that. After two really bad losses to Anaheim, what's going to happen with the it could go either way. They could be just so demoralized that they get crushed by the Wild today, or they could be they could actually be angry at themselves, get themselves together and give her everything tonight and possibly win the game. But San Jose sort of had the Wild's number. The thing is, they played the Wild when the Wild were in a very tough part of the schedule. So they were pretty beat up. This time, the Wild are at home, where they rock, and they've had some rest. So I think they can. I kind of have the Islanders tonight, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't know. It looks, getting Taylor Hall, I think, changes things a lot. I think it was a really good move. And the more I watch it, I start to maybe wonder that Taylor Hall may drop his asking to stay in Boston. He might be so happy there to be playing with a killer leader like Bergeron and not have to be the guy and just have that pressure off of him, that he may say, you know what, maybe money isn't as important as I thought, and somehow stay in Boston. I don't know how that would happen because they would have to move things around in order to keep him, but no, they're not. And kudos to Miller for coming out and saying what he said. Publicly, he was, and I really don't think he sounded like he was complaining. It just, it was a lot to ask. And he was like, I'll do what he said, I'll do what I'm paid to do, but it doesn't seem like a very logical thing to do to get them to play. I think it's it for Kruger, unfortunately. I mean, he had his chance in Edmonton, and I think he was unfairly fired there. Um, he may get another chance if people are able to look at the fact like that he didn't have goaltending there in Buffalo. Johansson was not a good goaltender. However, coaches do create an environment for goaltenders to succeed. Look what happened with Tokarski now that they have a new coach. So a team might look at that and go, you know what, he couldn't get the goaltending going there. He had Tokarski, and then as soon as he left, now if Tokarski keeps playing like he is, you know, they could say, well, Granato could get the best out of Tokarski and get him going. But on the same note, lots of coaches didn't get the best of Tokarski up until now. He's been a career minor leaguer who had a lot of I imagine they will. I mean, by that time it might be already over though if he does that. You can't go back to back with Rask, which they're not going to do because he just came off of injured reserve, so it doesn't seem like a very logical thing to do. Yeah, this is a big game for them to rally around this kid. You know, I think they're probably going to play a fairly defensive game to help the kid out. That's why I think Elliott talked about this being a low-scoring game. That's very likely because, and the Islanders as well with Sorokin. Sorokin's going to be an absolutely fantastic goaltender, but it's his first year in the league from the KHL. He's just kind of figuring out North America, and I think he's done really well. But for the fact that all of that is the case, but he's had his days, he's had his games where he's like a little off. So could be interesting. On one hand, I say that they're both going to play a very defensive game and it'd be low scoring. But if one of those goaltenders don't have their best game, then Kyle Pozo was never really as good as his numbers suggested. He played with Tavares, and Tavares made him look really good. And then the Buffalo went and gave him that huge contract, which the Islanders didn't match because they knew that he wasn't, you know, really supposed to be a top 6 guy. So they couldn't give him the money for that. And unfortunately, they kind of overreacted and then went and got Ladd, which was, you know how that worked out. Sorokin is in net for the Islanders tonight. So let me get you guys up on my phone here. And we're going to look at the games that happened last night so I can see you, because when I'm on the other things, I can't see you. And that's no good. So we'll look at the games. If you're going to keep on doing, we can just keep on doing this too. We got lots of times to do the games. He put them in a tough spot. And I don't know if he did it. That's the sad thing. It's like, did Tavares hum and haw about what he was going to do on purpose so the team he was going to didn't have to give up assets to get him? Now that's always the big question. He swears up and down that it was a very difficult decision and, you know, it came down to the wire before he decided. He swears up and down that that's the case. But personally, yeah, I think you gotta have to give him a certain amount of time, and if he can't make up his mind by then you know you got to get assets for him. I'm not in the situation that they're in though, because the other thing you got to weigh out too is you got players that are there now, and at the time the Islanders were in a bad situation with their rink situation. A lot of players didn't want to go there because they didn't know where their rink was going to be, and they used to have to travel all over the city to go to one rink or the other rink, and it was kind of messy. They didn't know, you know, what was going to happen. So they had a hard time getting people as it was. And they didn't, I don't think they wanted to show that they're mistreating Tavares and throwing him aside to the players that were there because they didn't want to give them any more reason to want to leave if their contracts were coming up. So it was a difficult thing for both sides. I think Linus Ullmark is excellent. Yeah, I've been saying that for quite some time. I think he's an excellent goaltender. He seems to be improving every year as well. I don't know what his upside is. It's going to be interesting to see what his upside is. You know what? I want to. It's a spot where they should win because Calgary. Calgary beat them last game. They're at home. Calgary's been on the road for a little bit, but I'm not really confident in Montreal right now. I'm not really confident in Allen. Now Markstrom hasn't had the greatest year either, so I'm leaning Montreal, but not very heavily. No, I have to say I'm not very heavy on Montreal right now. Calgary played a bang-up game last game. Allen is, like I said, not very good if you keep on playing him over and over and over again, which they have to do right now because Price being out. So if he has an average game tonight, Calgary certainly could win that game. And that would be really devastating for Montreal. Montreal is thought of as to be a really big team, but on forward, they're really not. It's their defense it is. Yeah. I am definitely on the fence. Keep on chatting with me. We're going to look at the other games, and we'll talk about all of this stuff while we're looking at the games and seeing. Hockey News Reports is on hiatus, I think, today, so we don't have an update of the standings. But we'll have that Monday. And we're going to try to do all the picks for all the games for Friday and Saturday today. So we better get going here on the games that happened last night. We didn't do all the games yesterday, and that was my bad. Boston, okay. Cole Caulfield, a good player. Ben Sherratt's not back. Yeah, that's one of the big things. If they had Ben Sherratt back, they'd be a lot better of a team for sure. Cole Caulfield looks like he's lighting it up in the AHL. He's kind of proven me wrong, maybe. I question whether he was going to get into the places where he needs to be to score in the NHL, but I'm starting to think that maybe not. Like, he could be off the charts good. If he can get his core strong enough to be able to get into those spots, his shot is insane. So, the comparison has been to DeBrincat, which would be fantastic for Montreal if that's what he turns out to be, a DeBrincat type player for sure. So let's look at the Bruins game last night. First of all, did anybody have 4-1? 3-2, no. Mercer had the Bruins. I had the Bruins 3-1. I was so close. Most people had the Islanders. Bill, you had Bruins 4-3. So it was just the three of us that took the Bruins last night. So we got up in points pretty good there. The Bruins played fantastic. They outshot the Islanders 45-23. They looked like they had the best energy they've had in a long time. I really like Taylor Hall out there. He looks good. Does he look good in a Boston uniform, or is it just me? He's played in a lot of uniforms. He looks good in a Boston uniform, but I think maybe most people do. They're really nice colors, so it's a really nice looking uniform. When he scored that goal, Pasternak was on with him. I didn't get a chance to watch the game a lot. Did he play with Pasternak? Did they take Marchand off that line for a while? Ben Sherratt returns tonight? Oh, I did not know that. Let me check that out. I was not aware. Well, that changes things a lot. If Ben Sherratt's going to be in for sure. Yeah, look at that. He is in tonight. Wow. No, wait. Oh, Ben Sherratt. Okay, update. Yeah, it looks like he's returning. Wow, that's going to be huge for Montreal. They haven't been the same since he left, and Gallagher. Yeah, and that was the other thing for me. Getting Raskin changes everything for Boston. You're right. I totally agree with that. He played well. He didn't have a lot of shots last night, which is probably good for his first game. They played hard in front of him. Simple as that. And they seem to do that with Rask. They seem to. There's something about Rask that brings an energy to that team. He's a huge leader. Probably also because he's been there for a long time, and they're just used to him, right? They're used to playing in front of him like that. But the Islanders got to come back with a really strong effort tonight. I think it's a good idea to at least try it, because he's a very good playmaker, and having him with Pasternak, I think that's an excellent combination. I know Bergeron or Marchand would be fine with that, and then you got Marchand, was Krejci and Smith. That's a good line. Nothing wrong with that second line for sure. And then, of course, you'd have DeBrusk, Charlie Coyle, and who else would you put on there? And Nick Ritchie. Those three lines look pretty solid. Of course, McAvoy is back too, and that changes things a lot. The other reason why I'm kind of leaning the Islanders tonight is Boston's still going with guys like Camper. Riley played 23 minutes last night in his first game back for Boston. So they're using him right off the get-go, which is good because those young guys needed a break. Well, if you talk to Peyton on the radio, it certainly was, that's for sure. He thought that was a terrible move. His analytics do look great. I don't know. The Islanders, there's things you can do. Sorry, with Montreal, it appears there's ways they expect you to be attitude-wise. And I think maybe Mete was getting very complainy about not being in the lineup. And they just decided that it was best to let him go. They decided that, they brought in guys like Edmondson, paid him a lot of money, which took his spot. And he's like, well, what about me? And I don't blame him for that, actually. So did they give up on him? I don't know. When was he ever going to play? That's the problem. When was he ever going to play? I'm sure he asked for a trade too. So as soon as a player asks for a trade, you kind of got to trade him. It's just not a very good message to your team that somebody asks for a trade and you don't trade them. Yeah, and I mean, that's why, and I think that will happen. I would very seldom bank on the Islanders not getting their puck possession game back. I mean, it's just not. They're one of the best puck possession teams in the league, so I doubt they're going to have a bad puck possession game 2 days in a row. So. Okay, well, let's go to our other games now because we want to make sure that we're right on track to get a full hour of picks in at 2 o'clock because we got a lot of picks to do today. We didn't do all the games, so that was my bad. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Who was the goaltender they went with there too? I just heard him on the radio the other day. Raycroft. Yeah. In fairness to them, Raycroft had a really good year the year before, and he was looking like he was going to be a top goaltender, but ouch. It was not, it did, and it ended up being a very poor trade. Raycroft never became what they thought he was going to be. not in their organization or any organization after that. So the Leafs made quite a few bad moves back then. Clarkson signing. Remember Finger? They gave Finger, who had one decent year, I think it was in Colorado or something, $3.5 million a year, and I think he played 12 games in the NHL after that. Nice haul for him. He made $3.5 million in the minors. Okay, the next game was Rangers and the Rangers and Devils. I guess we should talk about. We'll talk about standings here. The Rangers are right on Boston's heels right now, and they just totally demolished New Jersey last night. This Rangers team, man, I don't know. These kids are starting to look mature now. Panarin is going off. What was his points? He's got something like 25 or 26 points in 17 games or something like that. Guy's a 100-point player. He's an incredible shot. Right from the left slot, his shot is insane. And it was on full force last night. He had 2 goals. Nice little grab with this Blackwell kid from Nashville, who I kind of wonder why Nashville let go, because he did seem to have some offensive punch to his game. I didn't know he was going to be this good. He's putting up points quite a bit. Zibanejad is looking good, and mainly Ron Wilson. Yeah, Ron Wilson was one of those short-term coaches that got on everybody's nerves. Oh, if you had him for over a year. He was a really good motivator. And then I remember he used to blame his players a lot. He was very insecure. He seemed like a very insecure guy. And he very seldom, I never heard him take responsibility as a coach for the team not doing well. But he was a good X's and O's guy, and he was a great motivator for a short term. Yeah, New Jersey just didn't have anything last night. Their Blackwood, I mean, they just pummeled them. Simple as that. No doubt about that. How many points are they? I think they're 4 points behind Boston now. Yeah, they're still 4 points behind Boston, and they have a couple more games against New Jersey here. So this is a huge game for Boston, enormous game for Boston. And for the Islanders, they're kind of safe, so maybe they kind of like play a little more on the safe side, but they're not like they're safe to make the playoffs. I think they would really like to beat Washington out, though. They'd like to get the first in any division this year is going to be big. But I don't know, the Island. Who would you rather play, Pittsburgh or Boston? I think I'd rather play Pittsburgh. It might be better for them to just kind of finish off in the second spot, where they could possibly play Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh would be a better matchup for them. Yeah, Bruins at Boston tonight for sure. It's going to be a huge game. I want to watch that game is going to be enormous. Okay, anybody have 4-0? I had 4-1 Rangers. 4-1. Steele had 4-2. Peyton had 3-1. Bill had 4-3, and CL had 5-3. So a lot of people picked the Rangers. I think that was a pretty easy game last night. For some reason, I took Pittsburgh over Philly as my game of the night last night. Yeah, they're going to have to take out the Islanders to do that. I don't see. Well, I mean, it could, I suppose. If they go on a real big run, they could take out the Islanders, but seems pretty unlikely at this point. They're 6 points behind Boston, or behind the Islanders. I mean, I don't think the Islanders are going to lose enough for them to be able to catch up on that. Even Pittsburgh's going to be tough, but if they go on a good run here, who knows? You know how it is in the NHL. 5-6 games in a winning 6 game winning streak, and all of a sudden you're up there. All right, next game. Yeah, it was 2 shutouts in a row for the Rangers. Shesterkin is right back to, looks like he's right back to where he was when they went on that run last year. And that's scary, because if he is, the guy's almost Dominic Hasek like in the net there. They could win a lot because of that. It's going to be quite the race from here on in, for sure. Jeff Carter got traded. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to move the meter. We'll have to see. Always good to have a veteran in the lineup when you're going into playoffs. So another veteran. I mean, he can do some things, but I mean, he's nowhere near what he used to be, for sure. Play him 12 or 13 minutes on the third line, though. It's an upgrade on anything that they had up the middle. So for sure, they're a better team with that trade, no doubt about that. I would think, anyways. Jablonski, you don't want him as your third line center. Sabres versus Capitals. What a mess. I mean, it's just a one-off, really. They're not. I was what's his name? Reinhardt scored another one. He's looked great ever since the trade. Actually, he's been their best player all year. Olofsson potted one. Middlestat. That would be huge for them if Casey Middlestat can become what they expected him to be up the middle. The coaches really kept on flying with them and that on the top line, and it's just let him make mistakes and keep on putting him out there. And he's getting some confidence now. Casey Middlestat has the skill set to be a great second line center, maybe even a first. So Bjork on that team, he's got 2 points now. 3 points. He scored a goal last night. So, yeah, David Nonis. David Nonis made some mistakes there in Toronto, no doubt about that. He was getting pressured to win now, though, in a team that really wasn't supposed to be in a win now time. Didn't Nonis do the finger deal, Clarkson deal, the trade for Rycroft, all of those things? Like, ouch. But we'll see what Buffalo. Skinner is even getting some shots on goal now. He blocked a shot last night. Skinner. Now, I imagine he was just in the way of it, but most of the year, he never had a block shot. He wasn't even close to the puck. Hey, H&R, you're here. Cool. Welcome, my friend. We're just going over the games right now. Had some really good conversation in the chat here. Scroll up and look at some of the people are asking. John Weichel, I don't know if you know if that's Weichel or Weichel or Weichel. Sorry if I got that wrong. He's fairly new. Say hi to him. Give him some hype in the chat for John. We love the new people here. Don't worry about it. We'll do it Monday, buddy. You're a hardworking dude. So we also didn't even do all the games yesterday. So. Big shout out to Tokarski last night, and I know you're watching Takar Talk. Probably call him Talk. And, so we're going to give you a reverse spanking. We're giving you a pat on the back for excellent work. Awesome that you played in the minors your whole career, never gave up. Now, he put up a .931 last night. Stopped, how many shots? Stopped 27 shots. And looked really good doing it. And I never saw that coming. I didn't think Tokarski was going to. Woo! Big ups. Ron Wilson was a bum. Yeah, well, he certainly wasn't liked by a lot of people, for sure. He tried his hand at broadcasting, too, and that didn't work out too well for him. But Washington, yeah, that's a bad loss. Just a bad loss. Vanacek didn't play well either. And if your goaltender doesn't play well, there's not much you can do about it, too. The problem with Tokarski is he had to learn to make himself look bigger in the net. And he seems to have done that in Buffalo. He's got killer reactions and stuff like that, and his instincts are good. But he quite often would look really small all the time. He's not a big guy to begin with. And they've been trying to work with him, and he's kept at it. It would be really cool if he got a one-way contract next year. Yeah, I remember that. Played for Montreal. Trying to remember all the places he's played. He's played in a few teams. I know Montreal was the one where he played the most at. But he kind of just went all over the league. He's played all over the AHL and stuff like that. But he's a great person too. Really good guy. Did you know his wife is a goaltender too? Brian Watson, woo! Hype in the chat for Mr. Watson. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. We're talking about the games, and then we're going to do our picks later. We're talking, we got great chat going on here now in the chat. Talking about Ron Wilson for a while. Tokarski, we just talked about him for a while. I think that Washington is going to... Anthony Mantha got a goal again last night, though. That's 3 points in 2 games for Mantha. So that bodes well for them, because that was a big trade. Trading Vrana, a first and a second, was it? That was a big haul for Detroit. I don't know. They never really were on Vrana. They never really wanted to give him the full opportunity. So it's going to see what Detroit does. Ducks, Rangers, Sabres. Is that right? Maybe that sounds like a guy that might be a coach down the road then. You ever see a lot of, traveling goaltenders? They have so many coaches that they learn from all of them and then end up becoming coaches themselves. Yeah, Avs are out for tonight. That's too bad. Too bad for the league. I don't know what they're going to do here trying to make up all these games. It's going to be tough. From what I heard, if they can't get the 56 games in, they're going to have to go by percentage and then just go into the playoffs or something like that. So let's hope that doesn't happen, though. Okay, next game, Hurricanes and Predators. Sabres. I got to give ups to Serrano for picking the Sabres. Serrano was the only one that picked the Sabres yesterday. So, woo! Nice job, buddy. I do not hate Brian Burke as the Leafs GM. It's a hard organization to be a general manager in. And I think Brian Burke, for the most part, if you look at his whole career, did some fantastic things. So I had Winnipeg last night. As soon as Matthews was out, I thought Winnipeg was probably going to win that. Nice. Okay. Predators versus Canes, and the Canes just played a fantastic game last night. Did we have this game? Yeah, we did. It was 4-1, and nobody had the score right, but Steele had 4-3. Bill had 4-3 Canes in overtime, though. I had 2-1 Canes. CL had 3-2, and Kyle had 3-0, but nobody got the score right. They played fantastic defensive hockey last night. Nashville could barely find a space to pass. They were all over them last night. Played top of their game. If the Hurricanes get goaltending, man, watch out in the Central in the playoffs this year. They are as a team for team play. It's like, to me, it's like them and Colorado are the best team for team play right now. You weren't there, so I don't know. You didn't put him in, no, but you can add him after. Yeah, but the Leafs were a bad team when they were GM, and they were asking him to not rebuild, but be younger at the same time. It was a very difficult thing to do. Him trading the 2 picks for Kessel was tough. But I got it. But yeah, it's hard. Back then, it was tough to be a GM in Toronto because they were asking you to do things that were very difficult to do. They needed to rebuild. They didn't want to rebuild. They just wanted to get younger. It was a bad spot. Probably Colorado this year. I would agree. Colorado is definitely the team to beat this year. We're going to look at the Tampa Bay game, and Sean Avery was a jerk. Pure and simple. He ticked off his own teammates. People didn't like him. His own teammates didn't like him. Yeah, I mean, they're the team to beat right now, the Avs, for sure. Carolina, Svechnikov got a goal last night. He hasn't been going as much as you would think this year. I think he's learning the defensive part of the game, and he's focusing on that this year. But overall, that team was just fantastic last night. There was no way Nashville was winning that game. No way. Hakanpää was in his first game from Anaheim. Watch out for that guy. He is a fun guy to watch. And it seems like the perfect place for him to go to is Carolina because they love their character guys like that. And he is all that. He is quite the character. Even his name. I don't think so. I don't think the only thing that could go wrong in Colorado is if the goaltending doesn't hold out. But they're playing so well defensively, they might be able to cover that up. Oh, doing a goalie channel? Oh, yeah. You should do that with Professor Projo. He loves goaltenders. He's a big goaltender guy. Professor Joe Boric, Sports Fanatic News. If you haven't subscribed to him, please do. He's amazing. He's an awesome sports guy. Okay, we'll go to our next game. Tampa Bay versus the Nashville Predators. And Tampa Bay, they won, but they didn't deserve to win that game again. Like, they are not rolling at all right now. They look terrible. They just get by on their skill most of the time. I thought they didn't deserve to win that game. They only had 19 shots in the whole game. Vasilevsky was pretty much the reason why they won that game last night. Well, if they win the lottery, yeah. Yeah, Projo's great. Ross Colton with his 8th goal. I think they drafted him in the 2nd round or something like that, and they said they compared him to Killorn. Man, he's just going off. Fortunately, they got guys like that to pot one when they're playing poorly, because honestly, if they play like this in the playoffs, they're not getting past anybody in the Central. Seriously, it's time for them to start moving into playoff mode, playing with some desperation. They're just so flat. It's crazy. Then, of course, they will have Kucherov back by then. Stamkos back on the IR for Tampa Bay. Vasilevsky was whose hero? Mercer. Just one sec. I gotta. 2018 draft? I'd have to look at that draft again. I can't remember who was in that draft. Yeah, Stamkos, that really does suck. It sucks for the league. It sucks for everything. It sucks for Stammer. Already going over that tough injury. I don't know if it's related, but probably is. It's tough, for sure. Ranta's on more than Stamkos. Well, not really, I guess, because Ranta does come back. But nobody goes on and off the IR more than Ranta. Ranta did manage to play his last game all the way through, though, so that was good. Changing the draft lottery, yeah, it was a good idea. I like the NHL for thinking outside of the box and not being afraid to change when they think things are going to be better. I like the way they don't just stick with the way we always did it and stuff like that. I think that's one thing I really like the NHL for. Not one thing. There's a lot of things, but that's probably my favorite thing about the NHL. Is they're willing to change if they think it's going to be better. They don't just stay in one place and say, they change. And it was probably a good idea. We'll see what that draft lot, how that really has an effect on, because they don't want people tanking. That's really what it's all about. No, he went on IR today. He went on the injury reserve today. So he'll be out for a bit. The score here for this game, it was overtime. What was it? What was the score? 3-2 Lightning. And nobody had 3-2. Bill had 3-1. Almost everybody had the Bolts besides Serrano. So Serrano took a hit there. But nobody had 3-2. What did I have? 4-2? I had 4-2. That was close. But nobody had 3-2. I don't know when he comes back. I know that when Halak plays a lot of games, he almost always goes on the injured reserve list. Darcy Kemper and Ranta. I don't know what's in the water there in Arizona, but goaltenders can't seem to stay healthy there for sure. Anyways, we got Penguins and Flyers to do now, and I did not see this coming. I got to say, Peyton thought it was going to be a close game. Serrano had 3-2. CL had the Flyers for sure. He always has the Flyers. It was just so good to see Carter Hart play a good game last night, really. That was the main thing for me. Carter Hart gets rolling again, and you never know. You never know. They could turn it around. I mean, it's unlikely, but anything's possible, I guess. I had to spend a lot of time with the little lady last night. Did you guys watch that game? Did the Penguins, what was the score? Or what was the shots? Penguins outshot them 32-27. Crosby scored. Voracek had a nice goal in the slot. Overall, it was just a good, hard-fought game. Big thing, big boost for Philadelphia. Hopefully, they can take positives out of this and get a ball rolling. If you don't know, I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan. And no, that doesn't really have anything to do with the logo back there. That's just steelflyers.com. Check out that website. The Steel Flyers Network I'm part of. That's who pays me to do this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Okay, we got to look at the other games real quick. We didn't have scores for them. Oh, we had, sorry, the Jets and the Leafs, we did have a score for. So we'll look at that because I don't know what I was thinking last night. I forgot to do or yesterday, I forgot to do the games. Jets versus Leafs. Once Matthews was out on a back-to-back, I just thought the Jets lineup really, the Jets this year are really good, and I'm not a Campbell guy. I'm not sold on Campbell. I don't think Campbell's going to be the answer there, and it could be some big issues for the Leafs there for Campbell. Galchenyuk scored his third last night, though. That was cool. It's nice to see him finding a spot in the lineup. Oh, shoot. Okay, I don't need that right now. But Kyle Connor, Nikolai Ehlers was insane last night. That Winnipeg lineup, they didn't go get the defenseman that they thought they would. Ville Heinola was playing last night. He played 12 minutes. They're playing Forbert 23 minutes a night, and he's doing so successfully there in Winnipeg. Yeah, good, really? Awesome. Hey there, Ulysses. Long time. We're going to be going to a break here right away, but thank you for coming in. We're going to go for a bit of a break, and then we'll do our picks. So you came in right in time to do the picks after this. Campbell gave up 3 goals on 6 shots. Ouch. And then Rittich came in and played well. They better hope Rittich plays well because, like I said, I just have a feeling. We'll see if I'm right, but I have a feeling that Campbell, I don't think he's going to be terrible, but he's just not a guy you want to be playing all those minutes. The Red Wings beat the Blackhawks. The Red Wings played fantastic. The problem was the Blackhawks had DeHaan and Boquist out of their lineup last night, and they just can't afford to have any defensemen out of their lineup at all. They don't have the defensive depth to be able to rock that. And Detroit Red Wings are playing very good. What's going on here? They're getting their team play up a lot this year. Watch out for them next year. You're here for the picks? Good. The Winnipeg could take out the Leafs? Possibly. I wouldn't put it past them. They are a strong team, man. Very strong team. Of course, Hellebuyck. I can't bring up anything. Anyways, the Stars and the Blue Jackets, I won't go into that too much. I had the Stars to win last night. I thought for sure. The Columbus Blue Jackets have pretty much packed it in. They're just waiting for the season to be over. You can tell. Oh, that's it. I haven't had a chance to see enough of Luke Hughes yet, but I hear he's pretty damn good. I think Jack's going to be the best of the bunch there. Jack's getting stronger now. Next year, watch out for Jack Hughes. Quinn Hughes is never going to be great defensively, and that's really what the major issue there. He's never going to be great defensively. He's a great offensive guy. He's going to put up a lot of points, a lot like Carlson maybe, but I don't know if he'll ever get to those heights. But if you ask me, I would say that. I'm not sure about Luke. I hear great things about him, though. Great things about it. No, Kyle Dubas won't be fired. I think Kyle Dubas is doing a great job with that team. Considering the cap and stuff like that, I think he's doing a great job. I don't think he'll be fired, especially since Anderson got hurt. That he wasn't able to replace him because there was nobody out there. Apparently, Detroit was not trading Bernier, so yeah, that would be crazy. Okay, guys, we got to go to a word from our sponsor here. I'm going to go to the little girls' room, and then we will be back, and we're going to do all Friday's picks and all of Saturday's picks. So we're going to be doing picks. If you don't know what that means, you tell me who you think's going to win, what the score is going to be. I write it down, and we have standings that Hockey News Reports. By the way, go sub to Hockey News Reports on the break. Head over to Hockey News Reports, sub to his channel. He's got great stuff, and he's just an awesome person for doing all of these standings. So on Monday, he'll have them going. Let's hear Steele. Yeah, hopefully Steele comes in. I think he's busy today, though. Okay, here's a word from our sponsor. I'll be right back.
Greetings. This is Steel Flyers from the Steel Flyers All Sports Network, and we have two very special guests. We are delighted to be joined by Tracy Musser and Nicole Howard from the Canine Country Club Resorts. Tracy and Nicole are both managers for CCC Resorts and work at the Windsor or at the club, one of two locations both in Manheim, Pennsylvania. Congratulations on your 30th year anniversary of being in business. Let me start off by saying this. Steel Flyer stands behind this company 100%. Taken care of Steel Flyer's furry friend for the last 2 years now, and they are a one-stop shop for everything your furry friend needs. In fact, let's find out what our friends at CCC Resorts offer. Nicole, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. What are some of the great boarding services that you guys offer, and what do we have to do in order to get our furry friends taken care of when we are unable to travel with them?
Well, we like to bring everybody in for a tour first. That way they can see the behind the scenes, they can see where they stay, they can see where they play, and then we explain all of the fun things that we can add on to their reservation, whether it be one of our packages, either a nature walk, a ball time, or even a cuddle time.
Oh, wow, that sounds great. Boy, it sure sounds like a resort to me. So how are you today, Tracy?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tracy, tell me, is it true that you guys have both an indoor and an outdoor pool at the Windsor location?
It is true. We've got one of each, so we're able to offer year-round swimming. The indoor pool is a great option for dogs who are swimming for therapy or rehab. It's got that sloped entry so they can wade into the water. Our outdoor pool is a little bit larger, and it's 4 foot deep the whole way across. And both of them are saltwater pools, so it's really easy on the dog's skin and coat.
Wow, that's very awesome. So then during the summer months, you have a much deeper pool outside and then a sloped entry shallow pool indoors for the dogs. Tracy, tell the folks how we can get some pool time.
Well, the first thing everyone does is come for an intro swim. We use that time to make sure the dog is comfortable in the water. We make sure they know how to get out of the pool safely, and we go over all the pool rules and etiquette with the clients as well. After that, they're able to schedule private appointments where they have the pool to themselves, or they can invite friends and have a whole group swim going on.
So after a dip in the pool, then it would have to be off to the groomers, right? I mean, our furry friends cannot go out looking their best. Nicole, what are some of the great services your top-notch groomers provide?
Our groomers, they specialize in full service grooms. We can do the basics, whether it be just a bath and a brush out or a blowout. Or for the extra pampered pooches, we can do nail dremels, we can do deodorizing soaks, and also facials.
Wow, man, that sounds like a resort if you ask me. Tracy, I know one of the main programs here at CCC Resorts is the WAGS program. The Steel Flyers dog is enrolled in this program. So why don't you tell the folks what is involved in this and how they can get enrolled?
Yeah, the WAGS program is our primary daycare option at the Windsor. It's designed to be a structured program for people who are looking for a set routine for their dog. They all come on the same days each week, which allows them to have set friends, and we know exactly what's going on with each group. So we do a little bit more activities and we build more into their daily routine there. But we've got other daycare options as well for people looking for a little less commitment. We do an hourly care where you can drop them off and just pay by the hour. We also do a day stay option, which is great for the dogs that prefer human friends instead of making friends with other dogs. And then we have a traditional daycare option as well if you're looking for the occasional outing for your dog.
Wow, there you have it. A full-service groomer, a daycare program, and an indoor and outdoor pool. What more could you ask for? Sure seems like CCC Resorts has everything covered. Remember, DOG, depend on God.
We are back, boys and girls. All right. Thank you for watching that fine sponsorship. Those guys are great. Great for pets. Great for supporting us and allowing us to bring you this fine programming. So, okay, we're going to get into what we're here for, the big thing, right? The finest day in the land. We're going to try to get all the picks in for Friday and Saturday. The Perlocopter has landed, yes. Get it all greased up for the weekend to send you all your for subscribing and all that kind of stuff like that. All your Pearls of Wisdom necklaces and bracelets, and of course the all ever favorite Ring O Perlo. Okay, I got to find you guys here. There we go. So are we ready to go? We're ready to go. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. First game. We got lots to do, so. First game on the docket, as they like to say, the docket. Flames versus Canadians. Now that is an interesting game right off the get-go. Somebody said that, and it's true, there's a rumor, Sherratt is going to be in for the Canadians tonight. And that is absolutely huge for them. Ever favorite Ring O Perlo. That is huge for them tonight. Canucks can't come back. No, they're done. Somebody said Canucks can't come back. Woohoo! Let's go. Okay, so you can start. I'll tell you who's going to be in net. It looks like I haven't updated my goaltending for a while, so let's see what the starting. Jake Allen still says Markstrom is only projected, but they don't know for sure if he's going to be playing. But Jake Allen's going to be in for sure. He's looked a little shaky lately. Ulysses has Flames 3-2. If you don't know what this is, you say, oh, you say who's going to win and what the score is going to be, and you get points. Bill takes Flames 3-2 as well. If you get the team right or the score right, you get 2 points. If you get the team and the score right, you get 5 points. And if you want to go in overtime, you can go for the big one and get 10 points, but you get nothing if it doesn't go to overtime. Mercer, Habs 5-1. Serrano, Flames 4-3. I do believe Mercer is in the lead right now on the not quite updated standings. And it's very easy to catch up. It's very easy. You can move up. People move up and down really fast. Flames 4-3. And the winner gets to give me a dare for a month. Hockey News reports. No, we're going 10. Oh, okay. I guess we got to stay on 7. I was going to move it up to 10, but CL, Flames 3-1. And we can talk about the games while we're doing it, too. Are you going to put a pick in, John? Yeah, and I don't think he's coming back for a while. Watson, B. Watson has Flames 3-1. A lot of people going with the Flames here. Can't trust Montreal goaltending. Yeah, that's the thing. I, however, am still going to go with the Habs here because I don't trust Calgary's goaltending either. I think it's going to be Habs, Montreal, or sorry, Habs 4-3. Habs 4-3. Oh, no, 3-2. Habs 3-2. Yeah, there's something going on with him. I don't know what's going on with Anderson. He does have... I heard that there's some mental stuff going on with Anderson, to tell you the honest truth, but that's just a rumor. I don't know for sure. But whatever it is, I hope he gets better soon because he could be a great goaltender. I'm not sold that Campbell is the guy there. He went on a great run, but is he going to be able to keep that up? I'm not sure. Could be the thing that lets them down this year is goaltending for sure. Okay, now the next one, and the Islanders versus the Bruins. And we talked about that one a lot in Boston. They still haven't, on a back-to-back, they still haven't confirmed Sorokin. But I'm thinking it got to be pretty likely that Sorokin is in. He's had a pretty good year. Swayman has got great stats, but was a little shaky his last game. It's hard to say. This is a tough one to say. If Swayman goes off and stays the way he is, I think Boston could win this. But, I mean, Sorokin's been pretty solid a lot, too. I'm not sure. He takes days off, it seems. I'm not sure what it is. What am I doing? Bill T, 3-2 Bruins. Avatar. 4-2 Isles. Yeah, I think people will be all over on the board on this one because this is going to be Ulysses. Nice. Going for the over. 4-3 Islanders. Nylander, yeah, he's in protocol, isn't he? Mercer. 3-1 Bruins. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be about a 50-50 split. CL, 2-1 Islanders. They will adjust tonight. I think so too. I'm leaning that way too. I find it very unlikely that the Isles lose 2 on the road back-to-back against any team. But, I mean, Boston's energy is really good. This is a tough one to cap because Sorokin has, like I said, played fairly well in his time. He's got 11-3-1 record. Like, they've won in front of him. He's got a .915 and a .217. His numbers are all good, but LaRose. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for coming in, man. 3-2 Bruins. You don't need to say sorry for that, Avatar. That's a reasonable reason. Had a tough day. Thanks for coming in, though. Yeah. Yeah, Avatar's been having difficulties. His father passed away, for sure. Yeah, tough one to cap. I'm really on the fence about that game. I'm not putting much on it. I could see it going. I could really see it going either way. Probably Boston and the Islanders usually are low scoring. They may surprise us with the 2 rookie goaltenders tonight, but I have to agree. I'm leaning towards it being a low scoring game. Okay, let's get to another one so we can try to get all the Sharks versus Wild. Sharks versus Wild, and who was it that said that the Sharks kind of have had the Wild's number this year? That's something, but they just lost 2 against Anaheim, and the Wild have been playing fantastic. Goaltender, I'm sure it was Jones. I'm almost positive. It's Jones versus Talbot tonight. Talbot's got a 2.43 and a .923. Jones has got a 3.14 and a 900, which really isn't, he actually has played fairly well, but that defense is terrible. Wild 3-1 for Bill. LaRose 4-1 Wild. Avatar 5-1 Wild. Wow. Watson 4-2 Wild. Mercer Wild 5-2. And Serrano Wild 4-1. And, I didn't put my picks in for any of these games. You know that? Jeez. Perlo is, did I? Yeah, Perlo. I did here. But I didn't for the Isles game. Perlo. I'm going to say 3-1 Isles. But I'm really not confident about that. Dan Biles. Funny thing about Dan Bilesma, you bring Dan Bilesma. LaRose has 3-2 Flames. Okay. The funny thing about Dan Bilesma is Matthew Barnaby, who used to be on Sirius Radio. I don't know what he's doing now. I really liked him when he was on there too. He said that Dan Bilesma was the worst coach he ever played for. He was like a military guy. And everything was regimented, and you had to, if you turned the wrong way somewhere, he'd lose his mind. He was so micromanaging. It was crazy, I guess. And where is he now? He's an assistant coach somewhere now. I want to say Philadelphia or something, but I don't know where he is now. 3-0 Wild for CL. I did not get that. Thank you for telling me. All right, let's get to the next game. LA, Colorado is canceled. Yes, it is. The Golden Knights versus the Ducks. Knights versus Ducks. The Ducks are off, just won 2 against San Jose. So they might be feeling kind of confident going into this one. But, I mean, this is the Golden Knights, right? From what, I don't think any goaltending. Oh, Gibson's going to be in for Gibson against Lehner. What about the Detroit Red Wings? Oh, Bilesma's with the Wings. Oh, okay, really? Oh, that's... Are you sure you're thinking Bilesma? Or are you thinking the head coach who is, what's his name? I forget his name now. It's not Bilesma anyways. Why? I always forget his name. LaRose. 4-3 Knights. 4-3 Vegas. 4-3, a tight one. Bill T, also a tight one. 3-2 Vegas. Oh, right on, baby. Gideon, thanks for coming in, buddy. Ulysses, 4-1 Vegas. CL, 5-2 Knights. Anybody going to go for Anaheim here? Oh, there we go. Serrano comes in. Watch it when Serrano goes for the freaking underdog. He had Buffalo last night. He nails underdogs a lot. Watson. 3-2 Vegas. And Gideon, 4-2 Vegas. And Perlo, I'm going to go for, what am I going to do? I'm going to go 5-2 Vegas. Vegas is just crushing everybody right now. I don't know. That's a tough question. Are you sure I'd have to take a look at that. Why would they have to lose those guys? I'd have to take a look at that. I'm sure they don't want to be losing Rasmussen or Lindstrom there. I haven't seen enough of Lindstrom, but I know Rasmussen is hard to give up a big center like that. Like, he is a big boy. 3-2 Vegas. Mercer. Three, 2 Vegas. Okay, I gotcha. Yes, Seattle Kraken is going to be a new NHL team next year, I believe. Going to have the expansion draft this year. That's going to be fantastic. I did the Isles game already, yes. I can do it real quick, but we got to get to all the games. So I'll give you that one if you want to do that one. What do you got for the Isles? I got one spot. Do it quick, and then we got to get to all the other games. Give me a quick one, Gideon. Because we're trying to do all the Saturday's games too. 3-1 Isles, okay. Done. Okay. Now, Saturday's games. Here we go. Saturday's games. Here we go. Okay. Saturday. The first game. Devils versus the Rangers. Again. Devils versus the Rangers again. It's an afternoon game. I wonder if they're going to keep on going back to Blackwood here, or they're going to give Wedgwood a shot. The Rangers for sure are going to just keep rolling with Shesterkin. Tough game, tough matchup for the Devils, I think. Yeah, if you're in the chat and you're new, we're starting Saturday's games here. And all you got to do is give me who's going to win and what the score is going to be, and you get points to get fabulous prizes and an opportunity to dare me something at the end of the month. Avatar. What did I see? 6-3 Rangers. Rangers 6-3. Wow. Buffalo's on NBC tomorrow? Cool. I wonder if John, Off the Wall John, is doing that. Bill T. Rangers 4-1. Mercer, Rangers 5-3. If Boston loses tonight and the Rangers win that game, they will be 2 points behind Boston. Ulysses. Oh, yeah, you're a Rangers fan. I forgot about that. Four 2. 4-3 Devils. First one in for the Devils. If there's a spot for the Devils, I kind of like that one, buddy. I'm with you on that. If they 4-3 Devils. And Serrano, the guy's the Devils too. I think the Rangers have the Devils number here. I don't know. If this is out of the 4 games that they're playing them, I would say this is the Devils' best chance to win. They're on the road on a day game, which is a little better for the I just don't think that they have it. I don't know. Perlo, I'm going to take the Rangers. But Shesterkin, that's the problem. I'm going to take the Rangers 2-0. Rangers will win. Trust me on that. CL, what's yours, CL? I'm sorry, it's hard. Oh, 3-1 Rangers. Yeah, I did have yours, CL. I did have yours. John Weichel. Probably Weichel, right? Rangers 7-2. Woo! Big one. Okay, here's an interesting one. After getting absolutely shellacked, the Capitals and the Flyers, they lost to Buffalo, and now they're going to play a Flyers team that just played one of their better games of the year against the Penguins. Three shutouts in a row. Oh, that would be 3 shutouts in a row. Holy crap, that's right. I forgot about that. That seems unlikely, doesn't it? Okay. Maybe they go with Gorgiev in here because they're going to give Shesterkin a break. I don't know, but Capitals versus Flyers. What do you guys got on that? That should be Carter Hart again. I don't know what's going on with Samsonov. Let me check the injury thing here. Is he injured or did they just play? I seem to remember something about that. Yeah, he's injured. So it's going to be Vanacek. Oh, boy. That's interesting. Okay. I know CL's going to take Bill T. 5-3 Capitals. Mercer. 4-1 Capitals. Gideon. 3-0 Capitals. I don't know if I like a shutout with Vanacek in net. Flyers 4-2. CL will never go against the Flyers. Ulysses. Five 3 Capitals. Avatar. 5-2 Capitals. Serrano's going with the Flyers too. Also a Flyers fan. It's at Philadelphia. I know, and I'm afraid of Vanacek being in that. I'm on the fence about this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Flyer. I'm going to say Perlo. I'm going to say 5-4 Capitals in OT. And I hope I'm wrong because I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan, of course. So I wouldn't be cool. I don't like it, but that's who I'm picking. I may change my mind over time on that one. I don't know. Who back Capitals? It's a flip? Yeah. Philly was supposed to have won yesterday. Philly did win yesterday. What do you mean by that? Okay, let's go to the next game. TK has been quiet this season. Too many of their guys have been quiet this season. Okay. This is actually an interesting game now because of the way the Sabres have been playing lately. The Sabres versus the Penguins. Everything seems to be an interesting game now. I'll be tied with you? Oh, okay. I think we're still going 7, actually. I was wrong about that. Anyways, Penguins versus Sabres. Can Tokarski keep on playing like that? Can Jari play well if they play him in there? That's an interesting game. I could see the Sabres maybe winning this one too. Anderson backup Capitals. Yeah, where was that? Oh, Serrano 4-2. Serrano's going back to Buffalo. 4-2 Sabres. Gideon, 2-1 Sabres in Bill T, sorry, first. 4-3 Sabres. Everybody's going with the Sabres. Four, 3 Sabres. Gideon, 2-1 Sabres in OT. Avatar, 4-3 Pens. If you're new here, all you got to do is tell me the score and the team that's going to win, and we have. It's a competition, and you can move up really fast, so don't worry about it if you haven't been here for a while. You can move up really fast. People hit a lot. You have one good week, and you can move up. Ulysses, 4-1 Pittsburgh. Mercer, 4-3-2 Pens. CL, 3-2 Pitt. No, they didn't play strong last night, and that's why I don't think they're going to play poorly here. But I agree with most of you. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go 4-2 Penguins. Craig Anderson is Capitals backup, yeah. And they don't seem to want to play him as a starter at all, really. Because even after Vanacek struggles, they still don't put him in. I like him as a person, yeah, but he's getting long in the tooth now. Yeah, we got to, thank you for reminding me. We got to keep moving here. Doing the rest of the picks. Senators versus Canadians. We probably won't get all the games in today. This is a must win for the Canadians here, especially if they lose tonight to Calgary. Yeah, Allison did play well in his first game. Looked pretty impressive, I have to say. I don't know why they didn't bring him up sooner. But Senators versus Canadians, what do you guys got for that? Yeah, not very often that Crosby's undisciplined like that. Gideon. 6-3 Habs. Bill T. 3-1 Habs. Four, 3 Habs. I don't think Bergeron will ever get fired if he hasn't been fired already. I don't know what he's got on the owner, but apparently he's unfireable. Yeah, 39 years old. He certainly is 39 years old. Anybody that's new in here, you just give me the score and who's going to win, and we'll talk hockey while we're doing it. So you can mention things like John Weichel's been doing all day. It's been fantastic. Gold star for John Weichel. You're going to get a Perlo badge for all of your great comments today. 6-2 Habs. You're going to blow them out, are they? Okay, nobody took the Senators so far. I'm going to take the Senators. I'm going to take the Senators 4-2. I just have a gut feeling on this one. This is the one where I'm taking my Taking the dog, my dog pick. I don't like the way Montreal's been playing. I may change my mind after what we see against Calgary tonight. This is a huge game. And they look totally discombobulated. Excuse me. Avatar's got the Sens. He's going with me on that one. Woo! Matt Murray isn't good. No, yeah, right. Matt Murray will probably be in net. Holy, that could be a high-scoring game. We'll see if Matt, yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good point, actually. I may live to regret that one now that you mentioned that. But Allen hasn't been playing well either. And Ottawa will outwork, and that's a problem. Calgary's getting outworked right now by teams. And it seems like Gallagher is like their catalyst for work ethic. When he's there, they work harder and everything like that. When he's not, they just don't seem to have the energy. I don't know if that's the whole reason, but it certainly seems like it. Also, it seems like with Allen, they're not really confident in Allen. They don't play well in front of Allen right now. But with Sherratt being back, I could probably switch that. Okay, next game. I got to get going here. Next game, Blues. Okay, let's see. We might not get all of them, so how much time do we got? So let's do it. Blues versus Coyotes. Huge game for the two teams. Blues versus Coyotes. Ranta, hopefully, if he doesn't stub his toe or something along the way here before the game, will be in net for Arizona. And the Blues should have Binnington in net. Absolutely enormous game for both teams. This is going to be a huge game. This is playoff ramifications here all day. Bill T. Blues 3-1. Blues 4-1. They're going to crush them, are they? Avatar, Blues 3-2. CL, Yotes. CL's the first one to go with the Yotes. Wow, that would be quite the win for Yotes. Implicit's in the house. Blues 5-2. Mercer has the Yotes 3-2. Serrano has the Yotes. Uh-oh. Going with another underdog. 4-3. Yeah, please like and subscribe all y'all. Helps out a lot. Or like what John says, really appreciate it. Helps out a lot. Gideon, did I miss you, Gideon? Sorry about that. Let me see. Where's yours? Oh, Gideon, Blues 3-2. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out, Gideon. Perlo, I think the Blues are going to win it. I think the Blues are going to win it 2-1. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Okay, next game. Another big game. Oilers versus the Jets. Oilers versus the Jets. I wonder, no, he won't be in. Big game for both. Anyways, Jets could be probably number one in the North. Or did I miss the Hurricanes one? No. Oilers versus the Jets is next. Let's do it, guys. Let's try to get all these games in. We got 15 minutes. Oh, your team is the Blues? "5-1 Oilers." Wow. I'm an Oilers fan and I find that off. Ulysses. 5-2 Jets. This could go any which way, I think. CL. 4-3 Jets. Well, we'll put the Canes one down once we get there. I have a hard enough time doing just the one here. Bill T, 4-3 Jets. Gideon, 6-1 Jets. Wow. Avatar, 5-4. That sounds pretty close. If you're new here, just all we're doing is we're taking scores for each game for Saturday, for all the games on Saturday. Try it out, see you can get points. You come back and you get more. We have a point system and there's winners and all that kind of stuff like that. And we'll just talk about the games too. You can mention anything you want down there. I'm going to say 4-1 Jets. I just can't see the Oilers beating that Jets team right now, honestly. They are flying, and the Oilers' depth is just not good enough. They didn't do anything to fix it. Kyra as your third-line center, I don't like that. Mercer has 4-3 Oilers. Well, I honestly will be very surprised if the Oilers win that game. I really will. And I'm an Oilers fan, and I'll be very surprised if they win that game. Yeah, I know what you mean, Gideon. They're your home team. So, yeah, it's a good organization to be a fan of because they've did a really good job of keeping themselves in the irrelevant for a long time now. Thank you, Joey. I like that pick too, obviously. Okay. Next game. Okay, now we're doing Predators versus Hurricanes. Another huge game. The Hurricanes just ran over the Predators yesterday. Pretty good. Should be, they had Mrazek. I wonder if they're going to keep on rolling with Mrazek right now. Yeah, when they're on their game, but I just don't like their, what about Pate? Sorry, Peyton. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay, Bill T. Bill T has Canes 3-2 Canes. Seems fair. Oh, Avatar goes with the Preds. Avatar goes with the Preds. Ulysses. (4-1) Canes. Yes, they did, and they sure glad they did. Oh, in your game 3-1? Oh, okay. I thought you were giving me a score. How you doing, Hawks fan? Welcome to the live. Serrano 3-2. Let me do it in the chat. That's easier. Gideon, how come I'm missing yours all the time, Gideon? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, I got to go down in the chat here. 3-2. What did Serrano have? I'm losing. Oh, Preds 3-2. A lot of Preds guys here. They think they're going to come back after the lost 2-1 Preds. Makes sense, actually. Ulysses, Canes 4-1. Avatar 4-2. Bill T. Perlo. I'm going with the Canes here. I'm going to go 3-1 Canes. I just the way they beat them last game, I don't know how the Predators can combat that, to tell you the honest truth. The Preds they're beat up. They're so injured right now that I just think that it's just common sense would say they're going to start faltering, where they're playing so many young guys so much, so many minutes, that they're going to tire, I think. And the Canes are getting that playoff ball rolling. Brindamore's going to have them rolling. So I really think that the Canes will likely win that one myself. I think that's everybody. Mercer 2-1, yeah. Okay, let's get to another one. Panthers versus the Lightning. In Tampa again. Tampa has just not played well this year. Like most of the year, they've been just getting really lucky to win. And having Vasilevsky there. Oh, CL 5-4 games. Okay. CL's going to go with the Canes a lot because he loves Brindamore. Right? Yeah, next game is Tampa. Panthers versus Lightning. Should be Vasilevsky versus, I don't know. They keep on going back and forth between probably Bobrovsky, since they played Drigger last game. Yeah, I am. I'm getting close to 300. Yeah, if you guys can all subscribe, if you haven't already, please. Get me up to that 1,000. That's a big one. Get Bill T 3-2 Panthers. Ulysses. (4-2) Bolts. Avatar 3-1 Bolts. Serrano 4-3. That's right, Hot Rod. CL 4-1 Tampa. Mercer. (3-2 Bolts. Very sloppy. I totally agree with you. Perlo, I'm taking the Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers 4-1. Oh, no, wait. Bobrovsky should be in net. Shoot, 4-3. 4-3 Panthers. Yeah, they totally look out of sorts. They're not going to do well in the playoffs if they keep on going the way they're going. Passing, having a sense of urgency when they're playing, helping out their goaltender. Vasilevsky's been bailing them out way too much. I missed yours again, Gideon? What the heck? Why do I keep on missing yours, Gideon? Where was yours? Gideon, 4-1 Panthers. Oh. Okay, I don't know if we're going to get all the games in. No, we're not going to get all the games in. We'll get one more in, though. Let's see which one we want. Wild versus Sharks, nah. We're going to do Blackhawks versus the Red Wings as our final one. Because that one is interesting. That could go either way. Tampa will get bumped out if they're playing like they are right now. Absolutely. They are just a terrible team to watch, to tell you the honest truth right now. Very frustrating. I've picked them several times and been very aggravated as I watched them basically go through the motions all game. It's been terrible. Okay, Red Wings, Blackhawks. What do we got here? Avatar, 4-1 Hawks. Bill T. 3-2 Wings. CL, wow. 7-2 Hawks. That'll likely be Bernier in that. You hate to say it. Because you're a Blues fan. Yeah, you don't like that. 6-4 Hawks. Serrano. 3-2 Hawks. Mercer, 5-3 Hawks. And Perlo, I'm taking (3-1) Wings. I just think the Hawks. I've been saying all along. I think the Hawks are going to fall off, and it's just they're so young. They're not. There's in a compact schedule. Guys like Pius Suter and they were great. They've been playing fantastic, but I think it's a lot to ask for them to keep up that through a whole season. Thanks, UCL. You guys rock too. I love doing this. It's lots of fun. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll get back to our standings. I'm sure Hockey News Reports will have the whole weekend to go over it, and we'll see all the new standings and all that next time. Oh, if Subban's going to be in net, forget about it. Wings all day. All day. Wings. That's my full 42%, boys and girls. You guys have been awesome. See you in Monday, 3 to 5. Don't forget, I'm sure John's got some lives. I'll probably see you there over the weekend. Him doing his play-by-play. I may be doing a play-by-play with Peyton this weekend, so keep your eyes on that. Winnipeg and Edmonton, the Winnipeg-Edmonton game here. I might be doing a play-by-play live for that game. So I'd love to see you guys there. If you haven't already, subscribe. Get as many people as you can to subscribe to the channel so we can... I'll try to put those in. Oh, we didn't do style. Yeah, I'm not going to do those games, but all right, Bill. Have a great day, everybody. Lots of love to you. Okay, bye.